way down to your mat. Leg position this morning in any position that feels good. Constructive rest, knees together, feet wide, offers a lot of support for the low back. Recline cobbler pose, as you know, opens up the whole hips, groin, pelvis. Allowing a hand to the belly and to the heart allows for a little more grounding and feeling into oneself. So closing down the eyes to just remove the external. Allow your breath to bring you internal. Feel the quality of the breath. Feel the depth of the breath. Notice the speed or pace of the breath. And let the mind center on watching the breath move through your body. Lifting the palms, expanding on the inhale. And slowly, gently releasing and relaxing us on the exhale. And maybe staying with the breath for the next 2 minutes. We ask ourselves, what can I do? What simple thing can I do each day to bring a little more ease and peace into my family, my workplace, my community, my country, and this world? Taking 2 more full rounds of breaths. And then nice and easy, we'll blink the eyes open, bring the legs to center and roll to one side. And let's make our way right over onto all fours. So if the knees are sensitive, you can use that towel maybe or a blanket underneath to help pad them up. Stacking through our joints, and again, really pressing our fingers wide, our palms down, taking and bringing that pelvis in and scooping the belly up, nice straight spine. Curl the toes under for me this morning, just to begin to get a little blood flow into the toe joints. And we'll just begin some cat-cows, some just natural cat-cows, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone and the heart. And then rounding and tucking. And as you press through the palms, finding space between the shoulders. Then taking a couple cat and cows, each movement led by a breath. And maybe wagging the tail or gazing to one side. Just take a cat-cow that feels natural for you this morning. And then we'll return to that neutral table. And we're going to take the right foot back to rest on the ball of the foot. So as you rest on the ball of the foot, again, both feet, toes are tucked in. We're just going to press that heel back towards the back of the mat. Pause there, draw the belly in, and notice your breath. Beginning to open up the back of the leg, and then roll all the way over to the tip of the toes. And then press through those toes again to get the heel to go back. And just take a couple slow movements through the foot and the ankle. And then pausing with the heel up. Bring the leg so that it is the height of your hip. All 5 toes pointing down, which almost assures that your hips are going to be level. But if you want to check, you can pick up that left hand, test your balance, and feel the hip bones so that they're nice and level. Good. So from here, you can stay just right here, or you can extend the left arm forward, reaching through the fingers and reaching through the heel. Drawing the belly in and pressing strongly through the right palm. We're going to take elbow to knee, or if you're not using the arm, just knee to chest. On your inhale, draw the belly in. And on your exhale, elbow, knee, come together at center. Inhale fully, open long. 3 more, draws it in. Round through the back. Extend on the inhale. Curl and lengthen. Last time, curl in, hold for a breath here. And when you're ready for the inhale, lengthen out, hold here. And then the left hand's going to come down to meet the right. The right ball of the foot is going to come down to the mat, and we're going to swivel the heel down so that the foot flattens to the back of your mat. Take your left shin, swivel it off the mat to the left. Left hand underneath the face. Open up the body to the side. Reach the arm up towards the ceiling. Notice your breath. Now here as you arrive, see if you can draw the hips in line with the hand and the heel. Reach through the fingers. Nice full breath. Big body stretch as the fingers come overhead, bicep by the ear. So reach through the fingers, continue to press down with that right heel. And then we'll lift the arm back to the ceiling and take a half bind. So bring the back of the hand to the back of the body or the sideways. Press into the back of the hand, open up the chest. Take in a full breath. Staying here, or again, add on, maybe lifting the right leg, even with the hip. It's not necessary, just a test of balance. Pressing through that heel helps stabilize the body. And maybe bending into the knee and reaching for the foot. Any, all, or none. And then to come out the same way we went in, if you've got the bind, extend the arm towards the ceiling. We're going to take 3 slow circle rolls here. So fingers up towards the ceiling, then towards the top of your mat, circling down towards your hip, and right back up to the ceiling. So forward, down, and up. Warming up through the shoulder joint. Beautiful. Last time. And we'll come back to all fours. Stacking again, a couple cat and cows of your choice. And we'll meet in neutral. This time, left foot comes behind us. Both toes on both feet are tucked. Press through the heel. Begin to lengthen through the calf, through the ankle. Maybe feel it into the hamstring. And then we'll bring some dynamic movement in, coming up on the toes and pressing back through the heel. So just a couple Feeling into the bottom of the foot and waking up the back of the leg. And then we'll return to neutral. Ball of the left foot is down. Raise the left leg even with the hip. Again, see if you can point all 5 toes straight down, including that pinky, and maybe the right hand checks to make sure that the hips are level. Press through your palms so you've got space here between the shoulder blades. Press through your heel, keep that leg active, and maybe, if you did it on the other side, extend the right arm forward, reach through the fingers. So scooping the belly in on your inhale, on your exhale, knee to chest or elbow knee at center. Stretch it long. Exhale all the air out as you round and curl. Again, nice and long on the inhale. Exhale. 2 more on your own. Coming back, last one. We'll hold here, really hug the belly in. Let the right hand come back down. Let the left ball of the foot come down. We're going to lower that left heel. We're going to swivel the right shin off to the side. The right hand plants in the center of the mat as we open up to the left. Arm extends. Again, see if you can line the hips right up with the hand and the heel. Take in a big breath and let that arm drop, bicep by the ear. Long body stretch here. Press through the heel, reach through the fingers. Lifting the hand to the ceiling, take that half bind, hand comes behind you, press into the back of the hand, rotate the heart up, open the chest, maybe the gaze goes up, or it goes right back down to the hand. Taking in a full breath here. Again, testing balance. Maybe we lift the left leg, press through that heel, squeeze through your glutes. Notice your breath being the teacher here. Maybe you bend into the knee, reach for the foot, press the foot into the hand, almost like your dancer position if that's in your practice. Nice full breath. Wherever you are, will come out the same way. So release the foot back to the mat. If you're in the bind, arm comes up to the ceiling. And again, 3 slow rolls with that left hand. The hand comes up to the top of the mat, down towards the hip, the back of the mat, and back up. And again, nice and slow. Maybe you hear a little pops in that shoulder joint. That's all good, as long as there's no pain. Last one. We'll plant the hand, return to our table, flow that cat and a cow. And then we'll bring the big toes together, let the knees go wide. Bring the hips back to meet the heels and walk the fingertips forward. So you can rest on your forearms as I ask you to please flip over the hands, palms up. And let's just release some of the finger, wrist tension here. Open the fingers wide and then make a fist with the hands. As you make a fist with the hands, draw those knuckles in towards the inner wrist. And then release the back of the hand to the mat. Open up the fingers wide. And let's do that again. Make that fist. Draw the knuckles in, stretching through the back of the wrist. Hands go flat, fingers open. This time, thumb comes into the palm. Wrap the other 4 fingers around it. Good. Draw the knuckles in towards you. Then, like you were going to fist bump, knuckles come together at center. Pause there, press in. Then send the knuckles away from each other, right and left, getting a nice stretch to the inner wrist. Come back to fist bump. And again, open back up. And then come back to fist bump. And then send your thumbs up towards the ceiling and away from you, like you could roll them away from you, like you were pouring out a pot of water or something. And then draw them back in and curl in. And last time, just roll through that wrist. And back of the hands, come back down to the mat. Open those fingers wide one last time. Using just the wrist action, just flip those palms over to press down on your mat. As you press down on your mat, draw your knees together. So lift up just a bit, draw your knees together to come into a knees together child's pose. And then hands come along the floor towards your feet. Maybe the head rests on the mat, a block, or your bolster. Maybe your hands hold on to the heels. So you form this beautiful circle around your body, around your heart, around your breath. And deep breathe so that you can feel the back body expand, the back of the ribs, the space between the shoulder blades. And then let the shoulders round in. Let the body rest on the thighs. 2 rounds of breath. Releasing the feet. If you have them, slide the hands up underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up nice and slow. Legs can stay as bent as you need as we're going to come into this forward fold at the back of our mat. So feet together, knees bent. Again, the ribs still settled on the thighs. Allow the head to dangle. Allow the arms to dangle. So gravity and weight doing all the work. And maybe with your ribs pressed against the thighs, you take that deep breath and you can feel that breath through the ribs and through the thighs. And on the exhale, again, let everything go here. Next in-breath, bend the knees deeply and roll your way nice and slow to stand. Let the head come up last. Let the arms release out to the side and arms up. Interlace the hands, press the palms to the ceiling, get nice and long. So maybe if your feet are together, you might feel more stability by bringing them hip distance. You feel into your body because I'm going to ask you to come up on your tiptoes. So press the palms up, draw your belly in, and see if you can press up from the balls of your feet. Good. It's not easy, is it? Good. And then lower back down. Now you feel your feet, right? Press the palms up towards the ceiling, and let's just take a lateral bend to the right. So the palms head over on the diagonal. Get a little space in that left side body. Again, rotate the chest up so that the shoulder doesn't collapse down. Big breath. Take the inhale to rise back, repress the palms, and take it to the left. Easy peasy. Breathe into the right ribs. Nice. Inhale again, reach and extend, and then release the clasp. Let the arms come slowly down behind you. Take an interlace or hold on to forearms. Squeeze and press the arms away from the body as you lift the chest, open the throat, open the front of the shoulders. Gentle bend into the knees. Take a big breath. See if you can lift the arms away just a little further. Then bending into the knees like you were going to sit into a chair. Let the belly slowly come to the thighs. Let the shoulders and the head come towards the mat. Send the hands up towards the ceiling and then let them fall overhead towards the front of the mat. So nice stretch through the spine, through the shoulders, getting in a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Notice your breath. Notice it press against your thighs from the ribs. And as you exhale slow, we'll release the clasp. Let the arms come back down to the earth, to your mat. Everything dangles here. And then glancing towards the top of your mat, bend your knees and walk your hands forward. We're going to find our first downward facing dog. So get the weight out of the wrist by pressing the hands down and away from you. So you're more on a slant there from the wrist to the forearm. Knees can stay bent while we set the upper body first. The head hangs. No need to hold the head. I like to say, look at your navel. It's impossible, but that's where your head should be. Good. Back is nice and long. That tailbone is high. And then we press into those palms to send it towards the back of the mat. Then one at a time, one heel. Woo, feel that. And the other heel. And it's not about getting the heel to the mat. It's about the sensation you feel, what you're creating here in your body with the movement and how it affects your breath. So just gently back and forth. Scooping that belly in. Continue to press those hands away from you. And then come up high on the tiptoes. And we're going to send both heels down now together towards the mat. Press through those hands. Chest comes closer to the thighs. Head hangs. And like a wave here, we're going to come up high on the toes. We're going to press off those toes to send the chest forward to find a plank pose. Shoulders over wrists. Press back into the palms to find your dog pose. Twice more, working nice and slow. Roll through the spine to come forward. Press back, hips up, down dog. Last time, roll it forward. Drop the knees. Walk the hands just a couple fingertips forward. Squeeze the elbows in. So you're in a knee plank here, spine nice and flat. Maybe you lift and crisscross your ankles, or maybe you just keep the toes down. We're going for 5 baby push-ups here. So draw the belly in, draw the elbows in. On your inhale, everything nice and strong. On your exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press up. Halfway. Use your breath here, press up. 2 more. Last one. Little bit of effort, a little bit of heat. Set it back, child's pose, just for a breath. Again, maybe roll through, release the wrists. And then coming back up through our tabletop, gazing at the top of the mat, lift the hips, and let's just take little baby steps. Feet meeting the hands, now in our forward fold at the top of the mat. Again, we hang, we cup elbows for added weight. We interlace around the head if we want more of a stretch into the neck. But we let the body drape. We keep a bend into the knees. Maybe you sway. And then coming back to stillness, let everything hang. And we'll take that slow roll all the way back up to stand. Arriving here, lift the shoulders to the ears and roll them back down the spine. Squeeze those shoulder blades twice more. Bringing hands to prayer, a softness to the face, a softness to the shoulders, a softness to the breath, closing down the eyes. Lift all 10 toes and spread them wide. Setting them down, maybe one by one, feeling into your foundation. And subtly shifting weight from the balls of the feet to the heels. A movement that you might only feel inside and side to side, blade edge to the arch. Front to back and side to side. And coming back to that little intention that could be so huge. What can I do? 3 half sun salutations here. So on the inhale, and you can keep your eyes closed if you wish. Arms reach out, arms reach up. We find the prayer. Take that prayer through heart center as you bend and forward fold. Halfway lift, spine gets long, heart shines forward. Exhale, see if you can fold a little deeper. On your inhale, pressing into the feet, bending the knees, rising out, rising up. Maybe a little back bend. And we take it again, forward fold. Halfway lift. And fold. And rise up. Reach those arms out. Reach those arms up. We find that prayer. Take the back bend. Last time. Slow fold. Big inhale, half lift. Let all the air go. Maybe bring the hands behind the calves as you forward fold. And then dragging those hands up the back of the legs as you rise up. Let the arms reach out. Let the arms reach up. Find that prayer and bring it right to the heart. Take a breath. We're going to add a lunge to a pyramid and then to a side, the long edge of our mat. So we'll take our time with this. On your inhale, blink the eyes open and lift the arms up. This time, swan dive, take those arms to the side, straight spine all the way down. Halfway there, drop the fingers down. Find that half lift. Let it go as you fold. Right leg's gonna step back, heel up. Runner's lunge, knee up here. So setting yourself up, giving yourself space between the feet. You may use a block, but fingertips here, press into the fingertips, lift the chest, gaze towards the top of your mat. Big breath in, straighten that left leg. Keep the spine long in that half lift position. Good, big breath. Exhale, return to your runner's lunge. Again, sink the hips back so you begin to feel a little bit of a stretch through that right hip flexor. Big breath in, straighten the front leg, leave the spine straight, leave the spine long. Gaze is straight down. Big breath. Exhale, return to lunge. Heel back, chest is up. Last time, straighten the front leg, lengthen through the spine. And then on this breath, tucking in your chin, allow the body to release over the thigh. Come back to your runner's lunge. Pause there, lift the chest. Beautiful. Step it forward now. Right foot meets the left in that fold. Half lift and fold. Place the hands, place the left foot back, heel up, heel toe that right foot so you've got some space. Lift the chest, tuck in the belly, nice straight spine. Big inhale, straighten the right leg, Keep the spine long in that half lift position. And come back to your lunge. So each movement of breath, maybe each movement a little deeper. Straighten the front leg, straight spine. Come back to your lunge. Inhale, straighten the leg. Return to the lunge. This time when we straighten the leg, we're going to pause here. Again, belly's in, spine is long. Take a full deep breath in, tuck in the chin, round over the right thigh. Let the body relax here. 3 rounds of breath. One more inhale. Slow exhale. And then on your inhale here, press your weight back into your lunge. And again, this time, sink the hips down. Notice maybe not only the stretch to the back of the leg, but through that hip flexor on the left. Draw in the breath. Place both hands inside the right foot and pivot that back foot. So we're just going to take a walk to the long end of our mat. Toes slightly in, good. Heels out. Let the body drape down. Maybe the hands find their ankles. And we use that leverage on our calf or our ankles to draw the body down, to extend those elbows to the side, and to let the head hang. If Sherry had a speaker, I'd let her tell you all of the Sanskrit names for these poses. Release the hands, bring them underneath the shoulder. Keep those hips right where they are and walk the fingertips forward like your down dog position. So again, a stretch from the tailbone all the way through the fingers. And just like our heart melting pose, can you let the head come between the hands, soften through the tissue under the arms, and let the chest lower. And take 3 beautiful breaths here. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Bring the hands to the hip crease. Take a gentle bend, a bend into the knees. Keep the spine straight as you lift the torso to stand. Good. Take the right foot, pivot it towards the top of your mat. We're going to find warrior 2. So right foot straight ahead, the back foot parallel or slightly turned in, whatever's comfortable in your body. Arms extend out and we bend into the knee. So the knee tracks over that second toe. The tendency is for it to fall inward. So just kind of watch there, gaze over the fingers. As you sink the hips, lighten the shoulders, lighten the face, the jaw. Extend the fingers front to back. Warrior 2. Make sure you're maintaining some weight in that left foot, left edge of the foot. Good. Flip that palm. Send that palm up towards the ceiling. Take a half bind with that left arm behind the back, and then send that palm back. So this isn't a back bend, this is a side bend. Reach as far back as you can. Beautiful, then straighten that front leg. Peaceful warrior, see if you can go back even further. And keeping all that length in your body, keep the arm raised like it is. Don't bend the front knee. Undo the wrap. And we're just going to circle just the arms and the torso down. The hand can land on the shin. It can slide inside the calf, wherever your comfortable triangle pose is. Arm extends up to the ceiling. And again, find that half bind. Let that shoulder roll back. Let the chest open. One more full breath here. Maybe slide the hand, open the chest. Keep that leg straight. Lift the torso back. Find that peaceful warrior one more time. And then return, warrior two. Soft heart, soft shoulders, strong legs, strong foundation. One more breath. Hands to the hips. Straighten that front leg. Pivot it around, and we'll just move towards the back of our mat. So now the left foot faces front. Arms extend. Bend into that knee. And again, just watch the placement of the knee and watch the weight into that back foot. Extend through the arms, soften the shoulders, and draw in the belly. And see if there's any more room to bring the tailbone down. Big breath. We'll flip the palm. We'll lift the palm up towards the ceiling. And then we'll take it overhead, reversing your warrior. Keep the bend in the front knee. Maybe take that half bind. So really working into the left ribs. Take a full breath. Straighten through that front leg and see if you can reach back even further. Releasing that bind. Use the arms and the torso now to just kind of windmill over to the left. Let the left hand slide down the shin or the inner calf. Reach the right arm up. Take that half bind here to help you rotate the chest as you find your triangle pose here. Notice your breath. Next inhale, sweeping back up. Peaceful warrior, front leg is straight. Use your bind. Find your side stretch. And then we'll return. Knee bends. Warrior two. Center your gaze, your drishti here. And then on your inhale, straighten the legs, lift the arms, pivot the feet to the side of the mat, and then lower the arms to the chest. This time, kick the heels in, toes out. Just like you were sitting in a chair, your goddess pose. So hips go back, spine stays nice and long. The knees, again, track over the toes. So sink the pelvis. Hands can be wherever's comfortable. I'm going to leave you with this because you're going to remember me for the next couple days. So as you sink, make sure you're breathing. Lift the right heel up, bringing weight to the ball of the foot. Sink the pelvis. Spine is long, belly's drawn in. Fluid breath. Lower the heel, lower the pelvis. Take it left. Bring weight to the ball of the left foot as you squeeze through the glutes. Drawing in a deep breath. Lower the heel. Take it right. Lower the hips. Hear me popping? Hear that? Lower the hips. This hurts me too, you guys. All right, you're resting on the ball of the foot. Spine is straight, belly's in. Lower that heel. Take it left. Sink hips down. Keep the knees wide. Take in a full breath. Lower that heel slowly. Sink the hips. Take a moment. We're going to bring both heels up. Any amount off of your mat. So bringing your breath into your balance, into your strength. Let your mind scan the body here to notice all the working parts that are necessary. Squeeze those glutes, sink the pelvis, lift the heels, and lower. Straighten the legs. Good. Heel toe the seat in. Good job. I know. And let's make our way all the way down to the mat. If you squeeze through your glutes there, you'll notice. Good. Extend the legs out. I'm going to change the position of the screen here. Extend the legs out, give them a shake. Maybe take a moment to point and flex through the foot. Maybe circle through the ankles. This movement, pinch the toes in and spread them wide. Bring the fingertips behind you, fingers pressing away, thumb in. Press into the fingertips. Find this seated back bend here. So chest lifts, throat opens. Your choice. The head can rest back into the trapezius, or you can bring the chin forward. Wherever you are, press into those hands. Set the hips down, an arch through the spine, and opening through the chest and the collarbone and the pecs. And then slowly walk the hands back. Come into Dandasana. Sounds like an easy pose. Hands beside the hips, palms down. Again, always the option to use a block. Press into the palms. Let that stack your spine. Open your chest. Shoulder tips round back as you squeeze through the shoulders, the shoulder blades. Draw the belly in. And on your inhale, lifting the arms up, finding the extension, hips to fingers, take a fold. Leave the spine and neck long. When you feel like you need to round, just drop the hands down. Use the leverage of the hand on the legs, on the feet, wherever, to draw the torso forward. Take in a breath. Draw in the belly and see maybe there's just a little bit more room to come to your forward fold. Full deep breath. Flare those toes. Press the heels away. Feel the life in the back of the legs. But more importantly here, maybe feel that stretch wrap around the back of the glutes and into the low back. And then use your breath one more time here. Big breath in, belly in. Soften now over the thighs. Let the head fall. Lengthen the back of the neck. As you take the next inhale, lift the head, gaze past those spread toes, send the fingers past the toes and use your core, draw yourself back, restack the spine, and slowly lower the hands down. Good. Taking the soles of the feet together. Now, our cobbler pose, heels are in close, and it is a stretch to our inner thighs. So I want you to feel that first. Draw the feet in as close as you can. Even take the hands behind you for a moment and pressure your sitting bones up to your heels. And keep the hands there, again, as you press through the chest and noticing the opening through the inner thighs and through the groin. And that in itself is a beautiful stretch, but that's not what we're doing. So press back into your hands and scoot your seat back and your feet forward. And this is for Julie. I always think of Julie when we do our tortoise pose. So feet together, feeling again, heels press, ball of the feet press, and send the toes out to the side as wide as you can. Really active feet here. Drawing the belly, nice tall spine. Take that right hand, slip it underneath the calf to grab your shin. Take the left hand under the left calf and grab your shin. And you can slide them down or up wherever you're comfortable, beginning to feeling a roundness through the shoulders. So pause there. Draw in again, belly to spine. Use your hands to bring the chest forward, spine nice and straight. Big inhale. And on your exhale, this is Barb's yin pose, tortoise. Drop the chin into the chest and begin to round, bringing the crown of the head into that diamond shape you've created. Maybe walking your hands down towards the ankle or the top of the feet, or even to those flared toes. Head drops, the spine rounds, the shoulders round. And here we just release. This is gravity and the weight doing all the work. See if you can use your breath. Maybe exhale twice as long as your inhale. And let your body really settle here. Nothing to hold up. No clenching in the shoulders, the fingers, the wrist. No clenching in the jaw. Tongue is loose. Head and neck are heavy and loose. And all your weight, all your thoughts, just pouring right into that beautiful diamond shape. And as you begin to soften, and as the body continues to invite you to release a little more, bring your focus right to your low back, the sacrum, the lumbar. Begin to feel that subtle stretch initially, coming from the glutes, through the pelvis joint, to the muscles right there in the low back. Continue to let the upper body soften down. The more relaxed, the more you release. A nice gentle stretch to the low back and the hips. Head heavy. Let the mind scan through the body to just notice where you feel this the most. Three more rounds of breath. And preparing here to come out. Release the right hand. Let it come into your diamond shape. And release slowly the left. As slow as you can. We're going to restack the spine. So this is a big stretch. So take your time to walk those fingertips gently back towards you. Bring them behind you. Walk them away from you again. Not so much of a back bend here, just open up through the chest. If it feels good to counter that movement with an arch in the spine, feel free to take it. Sometimes that's just a little intense. Big breath. And then walk those fingertips back just outside those hips. Press into the fingertips and lift your hips and set them back by your heels. Knees are still wide. Then come down onto your forearms. And then lower from your low back, mid back, upper back. Rest the head. So again, the heels and the balls of the feet press together. The knees go wide. Using support underneath the thighs if you need a block or a pillow. Nothing to hold up here. Weight and gravity does all the work. Hand to the belly, hand to the heart. Close down the eyes. Notice your breath. The quality. the length, the location in your body that feels it. The palms rise, the palms fall. Lifting up the chest ever so slightly to squeeze the shoulder blades underneath you. Allows those shoulder tips to release and relax. Tucking that chin into the throat, just rolling on the back of the head, no need to lift it. Tuck in the chin, feel the length in the back of the neck. Drawing 3 slow breaths here. And then as you feel ready, extending the right leg long to the corner of the mat, followed by the left leg long to its corner. Shimmy the hips just a bit, just to release any clenching there. Heels heavy, calves, thighs, hips heavy. Extend arms out to the side, palms up to receive whatever it is we really need to receive. So that again, we can go out and spread just one little bit of peace today. Shavasana, my friends, let the weight of the physical, mental, and emotional body rest. Begin to bring a conscious breath now back into the body by drawing in a deep inhale through the nose, letting that inhale expand through the heart and the ribs to the belly. On the exhalation, draw the feet together, the knees now into chest. Give yourself a little bit of a hug, and as you hug the knees in, allow the tailbone and the hips to roll up with you. Again, nice stretch to the low back. Roll over to one side, and just pause. just for a moment. And then slowly use your top hand to help press your way to a comfortable seat, bringing your towel or bolster. Drawing your hands to prayer at your heart. Bowing your head to your heart. I hope I can do this. May we find peace in our mind, body, and spirit. May we find peace in our internal and external worlds. May we feel supported, connected, and loved. And may we always be healthy, vibrant, and free. Bowing the head. In gratitude for the inner wisdom that brought you to your mat this morning. And I thank you for your practice with me. I thank you for your practice with each other. And I thank you for dear friends. Namaste.